One thing I had to ask right off the bat is that this obviously takes place in the early 60s, but there's so many relevant themes for today's audience. It's a modern day fairy tale, essentially. Tell me, how long has this story been in your head, and what was the inspiration?
Many, many years, decades even. But I always wanted to make a version of Beauty and the Beast using an amphibian man like the creature from the Black Lagoon, but not exactly that. I went to Universal, we did as a take. I said the scientist, the boat, the whatever, very different, very different. And I didn't know how to resolve it because the themes I wanted in the movie didn't fit. And then having breakfast with Daniel Krauss in 2011, in December 2011, he tells me this idea he has about a janitor that falls in love, not falls in love, meets a creature in a super secret government facility and takes it home. It was not a love story, it was just that anecdote.
Right.
And I said to him, I'm gonna buy that idea from you right now, and I'm gonna make it my next movie, you know? And I started working on that in 2012, designed and wrote what I could. I wrote a beat sheet with everything.
Wow.
I wrote a few pages, like I think 30, 40, and had all the designs for the rooms and the sets and a maquette of the creature rendered in color and everything. And I showed all of that to Fox Searchlight, and they said, let's do it.
Amazing.
With that one single studio we pitched.
You know, the characters in this are so rich and they're so great. And I was just thinking about this, like Michael Shannon's character, Strickland, had this been in the early 1960s, he'd have been the hero of the story.
Yeah, exactly right.
And
the creature holding the girl would have been horror.
Yeah.
And instead of love.
Right, and I heard that you wrote this specifically for these actors.
Yes.
How did that come about? Why them specifically?
Well, Shannon, I love that in the middle of the movie he needs to have a moment of humanity, you know, and he can nail that humanity, but he can still be menacing as hell.
Right.
Sally is, in my opinion, the most authentic, powerful, luminous actress working in cinema, and one of the most beautiful faces ever to grace the silver screen, but not in a perfume commercial model kind of way, but in her own way. And at the same time, she can be next to you in a bus stop.
Right.
You know? So the movie is the combination of the extraordinary and the ordinary.
Sure.
Constantly. A river god, yes, but he lives in a bathtub.
Right.
You know? You juxtapose these things. And I think that her, Octavia Spencer, has this incredible humanity and forgiveness. And Doug Jones is Doug Jones. Only he could have played this river god, you know?
You know, I see your passion and love for classic horror movies totally fingerprint on this all the way. Quick question is, why do you think classic horror movies characters haven't worked out so well in the modern era of filmmaking?
I think that there is sort of a postmodern attitude towards genre that tries to disarm or disassemble the genre in a postmodern way. And I think that when you approach characters with earnest love, is a lot less safe.
Right.
Because you're not above the material. You're high on your own supply, and it's easier to be ironic. So you know, I think that's part of it. But then you have beautiful things like Jordan Peele. You know, nailing it and making it not ironic but reflexive.
He's my doppelganger.
Yeah, yes, he is, and it's pretty much a fusion of reverence and intelligence. You know, so it's a good year for the genre for sure.